Так, и сегодня у нас пятая часть нашего прохождения в средние века. Я все забыл о Чехии, по-моему, да? О, песик. И видик. А, это может песик, точно. Я уже немного забыл. Так, на чем мы остановились? Нам нужно... А, точно. Что-то мы на заданием толком так и не шли. Я уже совсем забыл про эти задания. Так, попасть на свадьбу, придумать как... Так, а тут надо нам кого-то найти. Немного и не пользуюсь квестами. Так. А что мне сюда показывает? Ну, скрыть пока не хочу. Кстати, сколько у меня денег? Я еще тут бомжара, но надо где-то спихнуть рахло. В кодексе. О, портной тут, супер. Кто-нибудь дома есть? Сейчас... Чувак, иди сюда. Понятно. Ну, ушел я, ушел. Чё, блин? Система же какая-то странная. О, это шара, значит, уже утро наступило.
Greetings. What do you want? Have you seen Pavlena around?
Мальчик у меня зачетный.
She's a girl from Zhelyov who sells baskets here sometimes.
We've had no reports about any Pavlena. And you wouldn't believe the nonsense people report to me. Once there was a thief who stole clothes from our tailor and then wore them around the village. Sure enough, the tailor recognized them and reported him. Thieves aren't the brightest, let me tell you. Farewell.
То и даже нельзя все что-то стащить. В смысле, о чем меня? Что-то я не понял.
Come on, spread 'em. I won't repeat it again.
Ну, если ты про что?
Go ahead and search me. I've got nothing to hide.
В смысле, меня обвиняют в краже,
Everything in
что ли?
order. Carry on.
Нормально. Это типа что я зашел к портному, может, и меня обвинили в воровстве. Ой, да тошные тут какие ребята-то, господи. Страшно жить-то, блин, тут с вами, ребята. Стражник. А, ну стражников толку ноль. Тут какая-нибудь уже откроется лавка в конце концов.
Who is it? What are you barging in here for? Hey. Good morning, lad. See you later. I hope nothing's missing.
Ладно, чё. Не зайти, не поговорить. Это у нас кто? А, это должна быть торговая лавка. А, да, торговая здесь. Типа, сколько время-то? А, надо немного, видимо, надо ждать. Да, я, видимо, рано пришел. Чего? Чего он там вверху? Говорит, типа, только так можно, блин, а как это неудобно сделано. Охуенничать. Так, у меня много хлама было вроде как. Вах. Так. Ага, я же уже спихивал барахло до этого, да? Ладно, а что купить могу? Спасательный шнапс. Так, у меня отмычек сколько вообще? 6, да, побольше. Лопата, у меня лопата есть? Лопаты нет, хотя накрой хрен она мне. Ладно, пригодится, наверное. Еще и мыло есть, набор бранника. Жрачки, у меня сытость немного просела, у меня жрачки особо нет, что ли? Кстати, жрачка есть, но мало, надо что-то прикупить. Ладно, давай что-нибудь прикупим. Копченая баранина оптимал, долго хранится. Сыр тоже можно. Питьевая сушеная говядина сойдет.
I'd like to do something about that price.
Gut, versuchen wir es.
Типа что, они немец, что ли?
Is this enough?
That's not enough.
Ну, это тошный чувак.
Ja, das ist gut. Finally a good price.
Да, он
Sicher
немец.
zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Гутен, да. Я воль, да. Так, у него тут стража есть, понятно.
That nobleman came back. He said he's not going to let it drop.
Эй-ка, ну-ка.
I'm trying to find Pavlena, Bozhena, the herbalman's daughter. Do you know her?
Aye, I do. She's mixed up with them local woodcutters.
Mixed up? How?
How should I know? She's nothing but a hussy who gets them all worked up. You should ask Dushko, their foreman. Young Romans miss work often enough on account of her. They both live on the way to the butcher's. Take care now.
Так. Лесорубов. Так, где тут? Чё, блин? Вот, а как мне его акцент? Вот отслеживать. Вот. Ага. Вон как это работает. Где алхимический стол? Ну пофигу. Б, что за Б? Спроси про Павлена в Троцких. Я понял. Павлена. Я вроде бы обыскивал. Нет, меня тогда отругала бабка. Спросить Рихтер. Да, распознал банный ежик. Блин, это неудобно сделано у них, блин, аж капец. Так, лесорубы там, да? Да, ну-ка так, к тему зайду. Да, это у нас вот это, да? Да, Рихтер.
I'm looking for Pavlena, the daughter of Bozhena from Zhelyov. She comes here selling baskets and other items.
Aye, I know her.
Do you know if she's been here in the last few days, Master Bailiff? I'm a bit worried about her.
I haven't seen her myself, but you can ask around the village. Try the houses along the road to Zhelyov. She'd have to pass that way.
What can you tell me about Pavlena?
She used to live here with her mother, but then we drove them out.
С
She's
текстурами
not the
тут
kind
беда.
of girl you'd notice much, but she knows how to take care of herself. I let her come round here because, well, maybe I've gotten soft in my old age. But I reckon children shouldn't have to pay for their parents' sins. Don't you think?
I heard something about that. Why did you drive them out back then?
Bozhena was our midway. It ain't the cleanest trade, but it's needed. Women all over the domain used to call for her help with births. Only, as it turned out, bad help is worse than no help at all. I won't go digging up old grievances, but believe me, we had cause enough to drive that old witch out of here.
Has Pavlena got any friends here? Acquaintances?
There's Roman, who brings us wood.
Roman? Who's he?
A woodcutter like his father. May he rest in peace. He lives just off the green. His hair is red like embers. You can't miss him.
And Pavlena's on friendly terms with him?
Mm-hmm. You could put it like that. Roman's pa wouldn't be too happy about his son being with an outsider like her. But all he can do now is look down and weep. Not that Roman ain't a decent lad. Honest and hard-working. It wouldn't surprise me if Pavlena left her ma to be with him.
It's possible. I'll go and see Roman.
Do that. Like I said, his house is near the edge of the village, close to the pond.
Вода как-то, да, как-то падает так странно с дождем. Да.
Do you think anyone here would want to hurt Pavlena?
Troskovich is a decent village. You'd better watch your mouth.
Понятно, поиск сузился. Это типа вот уже дождя стоит. Прикольно, что учли это.
Free!
Да, иди по... погоди, чувак.
Here, Mutt.
Так, давай тебя еще на углу. Давай, кушай, кушай. Так, это туда меня, да? Мясорубно. Вау. Гром-то как гремит. Классно. Ну, у нас уже март месяц, так что скоро и дожди попрут. Ну, в смысле? Чё такое?
Greetings, Master Guard.
Чё за говнюк? Так, что-то я не понял. Это кто? Ну-ка поговорить, да, ну. Ну тут пёртая какая-то дамба. Ладно. Так, я что-то походу пропустил. Да, я пропустил, значит, где-то здесь. Стирка. А, ну-ка. Ограбить я еще могу ее. Воды в емкости нету, косяк. Дома никого. Так. О. Типа лесопилки. Ну, хотя, скорее... Ну, сеновал. Чё так? Что-то я не поймал, где искать-то его. Я еще там не был. Здесь его не вижу. Значит, должен быть здесь. Сушильня. Где мне это ворыжек искать? Топор даже взять аж нельзя, тупо. Чё такое? Давай попробую. Так как я сейчас вспомнил. Да, примерно я вспомнил, как вскрывать. Я научился взламывать. И никого. Странно. Тоже никого, хотя залезть уж можно было и так. Делать здесь мне нечего. В смысле, на что он мне указывает? Что я не понял. А, он мне на это указывает. Я понял, ладно. Спасите лесорубов. А вот только где они? Что-то я даже ни одного не вижу лесоруба. О, иди сюда.
You're looking for Roman? I also need to find him. To ask if he knows where Pavlena is.
That sweetheart of his? Well now, I hadn't thought of that. They could be together somewhere, so you can help me look for him.
Where do you think Pavlena and Roman might be?
Not long ago, Roman was talking over a beer about how him and Pavlena wanted to leave and start a new life. Somewhere where no one knows her and her ma.
You think they'd really do it?
I took it all with a grain of salt, but after what he told me last time, anything is possible. For Christ's sake, he's got a whole house his pa left him. He wouldn't just leave it on account of her, would he?
Well, I don't think either that Pavlena would just run off and leave her mother alone.
You never know with women. And what's more... No, I shouldn't say nothing about that. Best to go and look in Roman's house. He wouldn't just leave empty-handed, right?
Wait, though. What was it you were going to say about Pavlena? What did Roman tell you? Why would he want to move away with Pavlena now?
No, I shouldn't have said anything. I promised I wouldn't tell anyone.
Listen, I really need to know about it. It might be important. Something could have happened to Pavlena, and any little thing could be a clue.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It ain't really a little thing. Well, it is, and it isn't. Pavlena is expecting a child. It's Roman's bastard.
Really? And who else knows about it?
Roman says he told only me. But who Pavlena might have told, I couldn't say. I don't reckon she's got many friends, though.
Now I see why they wanted to leave together.
Aye, that's just what I was thinking. We really should check out Roman's house. Then we'd know for sure.
All right. Let's go and take a look at Roman's.
Great, that is, you can go there.
Hang on, you said you two were friends. Why would I go there alone?
For one thing, I have to work. And besides, how would it look if anyone saw me breaking down his door? My reputation would be ruined, whereas you, no offense, you're a stranger. You don't have to worry about your good name, do you? But me, I'd lose my livelihood.
How do I get into Roman's house?
Through the door, of course. Only it's locked. I tried it. You'll have to figure something out.
Oh, that's just great. All right. I'll go and have a look.
After you search the place, come back and let me know what you found. I'll be around here somewhere.
Ну, жулик. А это я было еще в его доме, получается. Блин. Да, забавно. Ладно, будем искать. Ну и заодно осушу. Так, потребить. Так, тут ничего взять, ничего. Не. Капуста, ну, мне жрачка не нужна.
home. But maybe Pavlena was here. It's set for 2. Freshly eaten. And there are the baskets Pavlena came here to sell. They were here for sure. Maybe they just went for a stroll. Dushko might know about their favorite spots.
Почему-то резко свалили. Либо спугнули, либо был повод. Смогу ли я его, интересно? А, погоди. Погоди-ка. Я же как скилл же выучил. Ну-ка. А, я могу что-то еще выучить. Может, пойдем, честный труженик. Да, вот это. Подействие ужасно на 30. Давай-ка вот это. Лучшие товары. Так, ты получаешь проверку навыка, даже в 2 раза больше опыта в этих проверок. Это полезно. Теперь, когда у тебя получил, ты немного растет опыт, нет скрытости и воровства. Полезно, но пока не особо. Так, навыки, псарь. Ты можешь приказать воровать 5 часов в месяц, находить по запаху. Собак тебя согревает, конечно. Вот это плюс. Является более грозным ссором. О, вот это плюс. Незаметность. Его не убить, то получаешь, что... Пригодится, может. Так, что давай много желаете. Накопить любой свой энергии продукта, да, обработки. Вот это пригодится. Так, вот. Почти не шумишь, когда пользуешься отмычкой, если того. Вот это плюс. Вот это однозначно. Владение мечом. Когда мечом, будем восстановить, можно атаковать. Берем. Все, по-моему, да? Взломать я особо не смогу, да, получается? Давай учись взламывать. Давай учись, учись. Хотя, наверное, ему слишком сложно среднюю взломать. Ладно. Видно, надо учиться отдельно. Опыта за это особо не дают. Вернуться в душка. Где тут душнило?
I searched Roman's house.
And what did you find?
Well, there's no one there. but Pavlena had been there for sure. The table was set for 2, and I found the baskets that she sells too.
You're right. It sure does look like she was there.
It can't have been long ago either. The food was still fresh. Any idea where they might have gone?
Well, they've got a favorite spot down by the stream. You could try looking there.
Where exactly?
There's a ditch leading from Roman's house to the stream. Follow it down the hill. When you come to a place where the stream flows between the 2 big boulders, turn left and go straight. There it is, under an old linden tree.
All right. Thank you.
But, mind you don't walk into the middle of anything.
Слабо забавно, что он все это в деталях знает, значит, частенько
And tell
подглядывал.
that lazy bastard to get his ass to work. I'm not going to do his work for him. See you later.
Развратник старый, блин. Более чем очевидно. Что-то далеко они бегают, блин. Так, секундочку. Диванчик я беру. Диванчики, цветочки. Свинки. Так, вдоль так как реки мне говорил идти. Симпатично. Так, 2 валуна. Значит, надо свернуть налево. Ага, волки. Да, блин, ты залазить-то умеешь или не? Блин. Ты аж серьезно.
This must be the place Dushko was telling me about. How the local lads bring their girls over here. Christ, there must have been a fight here.
Медовуха. Отлично. Хлебушек. Это мы берем. И на каждого анимация. Да ё-моё. Прикалываетесь, да? Пивко. Это мы любим. Ну да. Местечко милое. Камушек.
It's covered in blood, used as a weapon, maybe.
Ну, отбивались. А рожу кто-то получил или еще куда.
This is surely Pavlena's. A piece of her dress. This doesn't look good. If I give it to Mutt to sniff, he might catch a scent. Here, Mutt. Search.
Даже так можно.
Search.
Давай ищи.
Here.
Иди-ка пока ко мне, не. Я еще там не обыскал все. Явно еще не все обыскал.
trail of blood. I should see where it leads.
Так, а здесь как-то камнями же можно как-то швыряться, я не знаю, тут. Ну, свистеть я умею. Забавно. Гнездо. Нет, от волков он мне будет даже полезнее. Вот такого-то тащили. Опа.
Jesus. This must be Roman. Someone buried him here. Mother of God. And the body's been munched on by a pig. We should try and find out who's herding those pigs. Maybe they saw something.
Это, походу, роман. Так, свинопас. Где он, блин?
Greetings.
I found a stray pig.
That's great. I lost a sow somewhere. Where is she?
Not so fast. It's munching on a corpse back there in the forest.
Blessed Virgin! What corpse?
My guess is it's Roman, a local woodcutter.
By all that's holy! I saw him going towards the woods with his girl, and now you tell me he's dead. Surely she didn't kill him. Oh, Christ! I think I'm gonna throw up.
You say you saw Roman with his girl. You mean Pavlena?
Aye, that's the name. Pavlena. I saw the pair of them going down towards the stream. Probably for a smooch. The two of them are pretty close. That is, they were. Oh, do you think the girl might be mixed up in his death?
I hope not. I'm trying to find her too. Who are you?
My name is Hugo. I heard hogs. I take them to the woods to forage for acorns and nuts. But I ain't got nothing to do with no cops, if that's what you're asking.
Have you seen anything suspicious going on around here?
Suspicious? Like how?
I don't know. Someone carrying or dragging something? That corpse didn't walk there on its own.
Hang on now. I did see something a bit odd. One of the farmhands came from the woods in a big hurry. And he was carrying a spade.
Which one of them was it?
Straw? That is Slavobor. But everyone calls him Straw. He works on Yakish's farm. A big farmstead in the south of the village. Oh, do you think he could have killed Roman?
Who knows? But it does seem like he buried him.
God's truth.
Thanks for your help. I better go and find that farmhand.
Aye, and if he really done it, give the murdering fucker what he deserves.
Да, хороший парень такой. Солома. Так, надо найти Павлену.
Come home.
Иди сюда.
Here, Matt. Search.
Come back before we're
Попробуем найти ее. Того-то мы еще допросим.
I should go back to where I found it. Mutt won't be able to find the trail so far away.
Понятно.
Piggy, come here.
О! Он, оказывается, даже за мной-то ходит.
Here, Matt. Search.
Веди, посмотрим, куда у нас заведет. Куда мы идем? Угу. Далекий получается. Эх, где же наша ведьмачье чутье было божье, кстати. Чуть далеко мы идем. У меня такое ощущение, что ее похитили, по крайней мере. Возможно, мы идем куда-то по следам. Может, было бы актуально пойти того бы допросить, но успеется. Волчья стая где-то поблизости. И далеко нам еще топать-то, вот мне интересно. Следов не видно, ничего такого нет. Сюда. Почему сюда? Наверх. Так, здесь походу чей-то лагерь. Дай-ка я сохранюсь. Собака. Да отвали нахрен, блин. Взять его, блин. Лошадка. Молодца. Собачку загрузила. Получается, моя цель где-то здесь, да? Ага.
Stop there. Don't come any closer or I'll cut her throat. Don't move, you horse son. Who the fuck are you?
My name is Henry. I'm from Skalitz.
And what the fuck do you want here, Henry of Skalitz? Who sent you?
Her mother sent me. She's worried about Pavlena.
Shit. I might have known that old witch would send someone. Kurva. I never wanted it to end like this. You gotta believe me. I just wanted to give Pavlena a scare, but then that fool Roman got mixed up in it and... I never meant to kill anyone. Shit.
Take it easy.
Don't fucking tell me to take it easy. How did you get here? My dog Bristly was guarding the entrance. What did you do to him, you bastard? And where's my brother? He should have been here long ago. Talk, or I'll slit her throat.
Listen, you have to let Pavlena go. She's pregnant. She's expecting Roman's child.
What? How do you know?
Roman told Dushko, and Dushko told me.
Oh, shit. We killed the baby's father.
Let the girl go. She's suffered enough.
All right, I'll let her go. But on one condition. You'll let me walk away. Will you promise that?
Да, мне пофигу, честно.
You have my word. Just set her free.
All right. All right. All right. Just take it easy. I'm letting her go.
Die!
Look!
Die! Die! That's for Roman! You bastard!
Жестко. Ладно, я пока его отшмонаю. Оружие я заберу.
You killed him. But he let you go.
So what? He deserved nothing better.
Well, you're right. He had it coming.
Yes, for what he did to Roman. I have to get out of here. Will you take me back home?
Sorry, but I want to clear something up before we go.
What's that?
Are you really expecting a child? And is Roman the father?
Yes, it's true. Me and Roman wanted to get married and go somewhere far away. With Ma too, of course. But you won't tell Ma about the baby, will you? Please.
Why don't you want her to know?
Ma knows how to get rid of a baby in a situation like this. She might want to, but I don't want that.
Don't worry. I won't breathe a word to anyone.
All right.
Are you all right? You're not hurt?
No, I'm fine. Just a few scratches. It's nothing.
How did you get here?
Me and Roman were going down to the stream. He went back to get something, and I went on ahead. Those two bastards jumped me by the stream. I don't know what they wanted to do to me, but Roman stepped in. Only one of them grabbed a rock and...
Понятно, камнем они его ушатали.
You don't have to say any more.
When it was all over and Roman was lying on the ground, Otter tied me up and dragged me here. I tried to make a run for it, but that bastard set his dog on me.
Do you know why they wanted to hurt you?
Yakesh put them up to it. For a long time after they chased us out, I didn't dare go to Troskovitz. Ma always warned me not to. Only then, I met Roman. I should have known the people there hadn't forgotten about us. And that Yakesh still wanted revenge.
Tell me something about Roman. What was he like?
He was a woodcutter in Troskovitz. We were... together. Sorry. I can't talk about it now.
What exactly happened? How did Roman die?
He was trying to protect me. If he hadn't come along, I don't know what those beasts would have done to me. Only that big brute grabbed a rock and smashed Roman over the head with it. He fell straight to the ground. I could swear he was looking at me the whole time. Even though he was lifeless, like he was trying to tell me to run.
That's all I need to know.
So, can we please go now?
We can go. I'll go with you.
Good. I don't want to spend another moment here.
Of course.
Let's go then.
Here we are. Pavlena's fine.
Pavlena, let me look. Are you all right?
I'm fine, Ma. They
abducted her.
God almighty. Who would do such a thing?
They were hired hands from Troskovitz.
And did they do anything to you?
No, they just tied me up. But they were Yakesh's hands. They would have killed me.
Yakesh? I might have known he wouldn't leave us in peace. Hasn't he hurt us enough already? Isn't it enough that we have to live here because of him?
Ma.
I knew it would come to this. Henry, I need one last service from you.
I'd be glad to help.
Yakesh is to blame for everything. For us being driven out, for Pavlena being abducted.
And for everything else.
Everything leads back to him and his old hatred. We'll never have peace as long as he's alive.
What are you trying to say?
I want you to kill him.
What? Are you serious?
Yes. It's either him or us.
Мы должны помириться. Да, попробуем.
Jenna, don't you know that that path leads nowhere good? They hurt Pavlena, yes, but you mustn't do anything. Murder is a sin.
No, Henry. Enough is enough. When Yakesh accused us of killing his son, I did nothing. When they drove us out of the village, I did nothing. When we had to forage in the woods to survive and spent the winter shivering over dying embers, I did nothing. And now, when Yakesh tried to kill my daughter, you tell me I should do nothing? No, lad. This can't go on.
And what if someone then avenges Yakesh's death on you?
Let them. I've had enough. Why would I make peace with someone who only wants to hurt us?
I don't know. There's just been enough death already. When is it going to end?
It'll end with Yakesh's death. There's no other way. If you think you can convince Yakesh, go ahead and try. But I can tell you now, it'll come to nothing.
Ну, я попробую.
I'm not getting involved in any murder as long as there's a chance of talking it over. I'll try to patch things up between you and Yakesh. Even if you don't think it'll work out.
As you wish. But when you fail, you'll know what needs to be done. Otherwise, this will never end.
Да, как все сложно у них. Долг, вот как раз.
Thank you once again for saving Sir Hans's life. And mine. I promised I'd pay you back, and I keep my word. So please accept this token of gratitude on behalf of me and Sir Hans.
Thank you, Henry. You're an honorable man who doesn't make promises lightly. I'll put it aside for Pavlena. At least she'll have something now, after all the horrors she's been through.
I'm looking for Marika, and I heard you know her.
Marika? I do know her, but why are you looking for her?
I promised to help her father, the voivod from the nomads camp. He's worried about her.
Well, you helped me, Henry, so I'll help you. Marika was here with her lover, but he was in rough shape. Blood everywhere.
What? Her lover? What happened?
Aye, with Bohush from Sami. Poor girl. She was terribly afraid of something.
А, это который с этих, из цыган, Марика. Вспомнил.
Nothing came of it. I went to pick some herbs, and when I came back, they were gone.
Do you have any idea where they might have gone?
Marika told me a few times about a cave chamber in Apollonia, but I've never been there myself.
In Apollonia? That's a long way to go.
At least you can see how scared she was to stay here. I fixed Bahush up the best I could. I hope they made it.
Do you know where exactly it is?
I do. You start from Trotsky and go in the direction where the woodcutters cleared the biggest gap in the forest. The entrance should be somewhere on the right side of the valley. There should be one little rock wedged between two big ones. I remember that because Marika told me that she sometimes feels just as small, like she's stuck between two big worlds.
Thank you. I'll try to find her there. Do you know who she was so afraid of?
Everyone, as far as I know. Her own family and the people of Samin.
How come?
Most didn't approve of her relationship with Bahush. Both families took it as an affront to their honor. But that's all I know.
Do you know what happened to them?
Sadly, I don't. Marika was terrified. She didn't want to talk about it at all. And then they were gone. Well, that's all I know about her, lad.
All right. Thanks for your help.
Take care now.
Понятненько. Так. Это ж куда-то мы не уперли-то. Так, от какого-то Тахов. Хрен поймешь. Вот. Пойду к этим говнюкам скажу. Согнувший человека на шаре бездвижное тело рядом с повозкой. Больше рядом никого не видно. Давай поеду.
Hey, unless you want to end up the same way, keep going.
When I'm done with you, you'll rue the...
I'll kill you. You won't be able to take another one like that.
Кого-то пограбить хотел. Ой, что да привет. Ну да. Не хухры-мухры. Так, я походу еще и ранен. Так, как тут? Так, перевязался. Ой, как мне здесь похилиться-то, я уже забыл, как тут хилиться, блин. Так, целебное действие +2, +3. Ну, хотя бы так, уже неплохо. Еще жрачки только, да? источник.
Good to see you.
God be with you.
Где этот хрен? Там, да? Сильно мне это не помогло, да?
Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary.
Who are you praying for?
For my son, Yaroslav.
When did your son die?
Well, Yaroslav would have been 5 years old now.
What about your other children?
One of my daughters got married and moved out. Marushka and Olina are still here. Once they get married, I'll be left all alone on the farm.
Why? One of them could live on the farm with her husband, couldn't she? Lots of fellows would give the right arm for a place like this.
Aye, true enough. Only a father should pass his livelihood on to his son, God damn it! Don't tell me it's different where you come from.
Well, I only got to know my father recently. He's the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Well, you do look like a man with blue blood. That I can't deny.
Thanks, but actually I'm a bastard. My ma was a commoner, so she couldn't marry Sir Radzig. Fortunately, his loyal subject Martin took her in and raised me like his own.
Out of duty?
To be honest, I couldn't tell you. But however it started, they became close, and later, when they died, Sir Radzig took charge of me. So actually, I have two fathers.
God's will. There are times I wish I'd died before Yaroslav. I'd have saved myself all the misery since then. And all that's still to come.
How come he's buried there, and not at the cemetery?
He died during birth, and was never christened. So he couldn't be buried in the cemetery.
God have mercy. I'm sorry about that.
Aye, me too. If it hadn't been for that treacherous old hag, he wouldn't be here under a tree. He'd be in the churchyard, as he ought to be. The poor, innocent soul. Or standing right here next to me.
Old hag? Who are you talking about?
The midwife, Bozhena. My wife, Ludmilla, gave birth to 3 daughters. Quick and easy every time. The village women often scream all day and night before they bring their babies into the world. Not my Ludmilla. When she had Marushka, it was all over before the midwife even got here. But when Yaroslav was coming into the world, you know, I knew already I'd finally have a son. I never sent for no help. Why would I? After all, Ludmilla done it all on her own 3 times. And besides, that Bozhena is an unclean woman and a witch. Only this time, something went wrong. Of course I wasn't there. Being a god-abiding man, I was outside. But Marushka comes running out, shouting, "Pa! Send for Bozhena! Ma's poorly!" I thought twice about it, but then I sent for her. she came along with a little girl, Pavlena, and a whole sack of herbs. She started brewing right away, and before the night was out, she was pouring God knows what kind of concoction down Ludmilla's throat. It's a wonder she didn't poison her, the crone. I couldn't get a wink of sleep all night. It wasn't till daybreak that Božena came out of the house, carrying in her arms. They could see right off. It was a boy. Like I said, only Yaroslav came out feet first. And as they were pulling him out, well, he was all...
Понятно. Осложнение при родах.
It was that Božena's doing, I tell you. She hadn't pulled him out.
Из-за этого она частенько из-за этого делала кесарева. Раньше они либо умудрялись оборачивать плод, но был риск, что может пуповина привязаться к шее, ну и так были риски, что могли и придушить. Так что довольно-таки опасная ситуация.
So you still blame her for it?
Why shouldn't I? I haven't told you the half of it yet. I asked the priest, and he told me every midwife has the sacred right to perform baptism when things go wrong. Like when it looks bad for the child, see? She can baptize him, make sure he gets to heaven. And you know what Božena did?
What?
Not a thing. She looked at that little body lying still and didn't do a damned thing. And my wife died a few hours later. So I'm sure you understand what I did after that same evening. I got the other fellas from the village, and we drove that damned witch out beyond the boundary stone.
I see. She lives in the woods now.
A good thing, too. She hasn't shown up here since. Many times I told myself we should have done more to her, so she'd know how I felt.
I understand your pain, but it wasn't Božena's fault. She saved my life when I was wounded and lost in the woods. She's a good soul.
That's all well and good. But believe me, that witch will never wash clean her sins.
Look, I know relations between you and Božena the herb woman aren't good. But it's time to put an end to the animosity.
Where are you going with this? That witch deserves no pity.
I understand your bitterness, and I'm sorry about your son. Božena would certainly have saved him if she could. But whatever happened between you, it has to end now. Božena came very close to losing her daughter on account of your feud. Your farmhands abducted her, and they killed her sweetheart.
But I had nothing to do with that. They did it of their own free will, not on my orders.
That means nothing. They did it because of you. They wanted you to be indebted to them.
But that's not my fault. And I don't see why I should have to make up with Božena on account of it.
Ничего хорошего не... давай попробуем.
You're lucky I saved Pavlena. She's expecting Roman's child, the child of a man who your hands killed. If I hadn't stopped them, they'd have killed her too, along with the unborn child.
By all the saints, Shit! You're right. It's time to put an end to it. And don't worry, I understand it won't be so straightforward. I'll send Božena compensation. I never wanted anything to happen to her daughter, and she's the one who suffered most from that banishment. She can't have been more than 10 years old. I give my word that I won't do anything bad to them. And those two fools of hands, they won't show up here again. And if they do, I'll haul them off to the bailiff myself. I swear to God. Božena and Pavlena could return to the village.
Very well. It's about time this chain of vengeance was broken for good. Give me the money, and I'll take it to Božena. God alone knows whether she'll forgive you.
Thank you. It's time for us all to get on with our lives. I hope Božena will understand that.
Возьми не Якиша. Кстати, а где тут второй хрен? Или я его тупо потерял, когда я пошел сразу? Я его указывал где-то здесь. Блин, еще и раненый, блин.
Oh, you mutt.
Видимо, ему уже тут нету. Нет, это не он. Вероятно, нету. Да, пропустила, видимо. Ну ладно. А вернуться так я не могу, что ли? Серьезно. Блин, как это тупо неудобно. Ладно, будем тогда так. О, конечно. Симпатично у меня, конечно. Так, в какой стороне это Božena? Так, вроде правильно.
Go! Quick!
Да, хорошо, когда лошадка есть.
Go!
Ну, чтобы... Тихо, тихо. Да слезь ты с него, блин. Так как мне слезть, что-то не пойму. А, блин. Не то жал.
There's a scorch. Greetings. Do you need something?
I talked to Yakesh and explained everything to him. He agreed to make amends. His hands acted on their own accord. And he's sorry about it, mostly because of Roman and Pavlena.
What does that mean? That Pavlena can go to Troskovitz and no one will trouble us anymore?
Yes, but that's not all. He gave me some coin for Pavlena, too, as compensation for Roman. Even though he wasn't Pavlena's relative, Yakesh wants to show his sympathy for her loss. Here it is.
Thank you, Henry. In the end, you were right. If only we'd made peace with Yakesh before it all went so far.
Well, at least Pavlena is safe.
I don't know what I'd do without her. We'll always be obliged to you, Henry. If you ever need anything, you know where to come. And you should at least keep half of Yakesh's coin.
Нет, это не...
No way. I can't take your money. You helped us before, and I helped you in return. So keep the coin.
Well, as you wish, Henry. You're a good man. Thank you for everything. Care.
Дурная кровь.
So, how are you doing?
Well, not bad, all things considered. I mean, with all that happened over the past few days.
Oh, I understand. I didn't want to upset you. I was just wondering if you had everything you needed, and so on.
You're so sweet, but we're doing all right. Don't worry about us. What we need and can't make ourselves, we buy. We earn some coin from my baskets and Mother's medicines, but mostly we live off what the forest provides. Ma taught me about every flower, root and mushroom, so I pick a lot of things. Ma can cook a hare like no one else. so I bring a lot of them. I can hit one at 30 paces. Sometimes we even eat venison. I can shoot a deer at 50 paces, but don't tell anyone.
Of course. You can trust me. Hitting a hare at 30 paces. That's some serious marksmanship. I'm not sure I could do it. Perhaps you could teach me a few tricks.
I'd be happy to, but don't expect any miracles. You just need to know your way around the forest and practice a lot. And when you live alone in the forest, you've got plenty of time for that.
I'd like you to teach me something.
For a few groschen,
это у
it won't be a
нее
problem.
учиться
What are you
камнями же
interested in?
бросаться, вон что. Да. Воровство, скрытность. Так вон что. Ладно, давай.
I know how to shoot, but I'm far from being a master.
All right, but it'll take some time. God bless.
God be with you. You master, eh?
Да, где хоть могу.
I won't have you causing trouble here, laddie. Cough up some coin, or we'll report you to the bailiff.
В смысле, бля? Чё за херня, блин? Да.
I apologize, ma'am. I feel just awful about it. Trust me.
Very well, then. I'll be sure to remind you as soon as I need something.
Чё за хрень? Я не там уснул, что ли? Ёб твою ж мать. Как, блядь, это тупо тут сделано. Да. Не там уснул и все, блин. Сразу меня на плаху, блин. Дурные какие тут все. Хотя бы я восстановился. Ну давай омывайся резче. Не, так чистые. Так. Что у меня там дальше по графику? Трубадуры. Найти лютню. Чё, шест. Это этих. Кота, бой, обучение. Найти Майку. Ёпте. Понятно. Придумать. Так. Попасть на свою помощь кузнеца. И с помощью мельника. Так, ладненько. Давай-ка попробуем заняться рободурами тогда. Шаги, видишь шумную группу людей, они готовят еду на костре, соревнуются в стрельбе. Нет, я пойду дальше. Так, и еда, блин. Ну-ка, барбосник сюда.
Here you go. Take it.
You silly doggy.
Что тебе там маленький песик тебе не нравится? Так. Трубадуры. А, так здесь есть... Так, Барт, ну, а у меня все равно денег нету ни хрена. А, стоп. У меня шмотки. Я же много всякого их хрень собрал. Мне надо заработать. Плотник.
Show me your wares.
Плотник. Чертеж у него есть. Так, отпыхиваю его. Игральные кости. Четная кость. Охотничий кошель. Железный лом. Я все равно... А, нет, это же надо мне для кузнечного дела. Ладно, пока оставь. Больше ничего не могу ему продать.
Word about the price.
Sure, why not?
Да. А у меня денег нету. Блин, я забыл. Ладно.
I'm done.
Я забыл, что у меня денег.
Why are you wasting my time?
Блин. Продать мне ему нечего. И у меня сразу же репутация еще испортилась из-за этого. Да. Как тут все сложно-то жить-то, блин.
What can I do for you?
Excuse me. I'm looking for someone. A friend of mine. The one who ended up in the pillory with me.
Loads of people have been in the pillory, and you know what it's like. I'm really busy right now.
You haven't seen him then? Tall, fair-haired, fancies himself and talks like a noble.
Sorry, but I'm swamped with work because of the Semine wedding. Everyone wants new clothes from me. Even Bashka the butcher ordered a jacket fit for a king. And he isn't even going to the wedding. So, no. I haven't seen your friend and I can't help you. Sorry.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Милые шмотки, интересно, можно прикупить. Так, отлично. Продам всякую хрень хотя бы. Мне нужны бабки. Ладно, потом как-нибудь смогу переодеться, может. Все равно у меня сейчас нету лишних денег. Очки, конечно, глуповатые. Хотя, ладно, пускай будут очки. Бог с ними. Каша из странника. Да, мне бы... Ага, это не лошади. Ладно, оторгуемся.
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right, I'm listening.
Do we have a deal?
That's still too much.
Какой-то дотошный.
You'll convince me with that price. I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
Ну, хотя бы немного я заработал. В принципе, не так плохо. Так, значит, арбалет, ой, трубадоры, да? Значит, в его доме. Залезть могу тут? Нифига не могу тут залезть, да?
Who goes there?
Там кто-то сидит.
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
Greetings. Oh, a nice instrument. Maybe I should learn to play it and become a wandering minstrel.
Отлично. Задание выполнено. Так, а где эти клоуны сидели? Там, по-моему, да. Цирюльник. О, ну-ка. В смысле, ты чё, чувак, не работаешь? Забавно. Ладно. Где эти два говнюка?
God, perhaps you'd be...
I've got that loot for you.
Incredible! Magnificent! Fascinating!
You really got it? Give me that lovely thing so I can fondle her.
Such a noble instrument is just begging to celebrate art and life.
It's like it's saying, hey, with me in your hands, you'll be able to grab any wench you want.
How can you take such a fine thing and abuse it for vulgar gain?
Abuse? No, friend. Put to good use.
Come on, play me something, will you?
Give me a moment. I just have to hold it like this, and...
What's that you up there? Hey, let me see. How the hell do you... hold it? Ah. Oh, Anna has tiny tits, like a pair of cherry pits. Uh-oh.
Christ, no!
The idiot broke the strings!
Может, так оно и лучше.
Maybe it's for the best this way. If you can't shut up now, God only knows what you'd be like once you started playing the lute.
I'm sorry, but... mate, I'll best be off now, eh?
Fuck! Shit! You fucking whoreson! Your ma should have dumped you on the manure heap the moment you were born. What's gonna happen with that loot?
Use it for firewood.
Да.
It'll burn nicely with that lacquer.
Легко.
Henry, sick him! I mean, give him what for?
А с хрена ли я должен, блин?
Hey, why don't we all just simmer down? After all, it was an accident.
Yeah. Of course it was an accident. Then I was just... I wanted to give it a stroke.
There you go. I mean, look at him. Drunk as a lord. Stinks to high heaven.
Who? Me?
See? He doesn't know which way is up. He's got all the dexterity of a donkey.
Donkey? I'll give you donkey, you goose.
Серьезно?
Now you're gonna die. I surrender. I surrender.
Had enough. Give up.
Yeah. Stop whacking me, will you?
Now get out of here. And next time, be careful whose loot you play.
Too bloody right I will. Oh, I'm never touching another man's wood again.
Чё к чему, бля?
Look at this mess, Henry. That booze-soaked oaf broke the strings.
It's the fucking 8th plague of Egypt. What are we going to do?
All is lost. A dark cloud has descended upon us. We'll be grubbing dung till the end of our lives.
Farewell, Kuttenberg. Farewell, city damsels.
Мне от них уже тошно, блин.
We could replace those strings with new ones, couldn't we?
Look, old pal. Henry himself is offering to lend a hand.
The hunter Vostatek told me once that he made some strings for someone. He can make some for us.
Vostatek? I know him. In fact, he owes me.
Really? Damn. Too bad he doesn't owe us. Who knows what he'll charge me and Michael for the strings?
Sometimes the price is just too high to pay.
Especially when you ain't got a groschen to your name.
All right. I'll go and see what he says.
All praise and glory to you. May you and all your kin be honored for 7 generations for all you have done for us unfortunate artists.
Ой, господи. Это тут охотник, что ли? Ну да. Эх, дойти до него быстро мне не получится, да? Ай, пакость. Ладно.
Good doggy, good boy.
Good. Ой. Занятые люди, да. Так, а родать у тебя могу что-нибудь?
Greetings.
Show me your word.
Молча глухие, ну тоже сойдет.
Thanks. And have a nice day, friend.
Да, особо не поторгуешься тут. Так. Где моя лошадка? Где мой Мэрин? Вот мой Мэрин, да.
Go! 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 Whoa! Whoa!
Greetings to you.
I'm trying to get strings for a loop, and I hear you know all about that.
I do, but it ain't so straightforward. You have to sacrifice an animal for that.
You mean an altar? Candles? Mysterious chants?
Nah, nothing like that. You just have to get a sheep, find the thinnest cut, and weave strings from it. You can eat the rest.
I don't know how to gut animals.
Well, you're just gonna have to learn. Run along to the woods,
and bag a deer, or a few hares, eh? You won't get much of any use out of them at first, but after a bit of practice, you'll get there.
And meanwhile, I'll clear half your forest of game.
You'd have your work cut out, lad. But if you'd rather, you can always buy those guts from a butcher.
Isn't there any other way?
Look, lad, I told you what you wanted to know. I'll make lute strings for you if you bring me the sheep cut.
Короче, либо мясника искать, либо самому добыть.
Well then, does the best forester in the land have some problems I can help him with?
Henry, you buffoon. I'm not the best in the land, but I'm in these parts, though. Know why? Because I'm the only one here. Well, apart from Varel, that is.
So you don't have any problems?
As it happens, there is something. Recently, my supplies have been running out quickly for some reason. And you know how much I like a drink when I'm taking a break on the bench behind my house.
Indeed I do. It was me who carried you through the forest the last time you took a break.
Nah, these things happen. So, I need to top up my supplies. Run along to Troskovets for a bottle or two for me. Take this coin here.
And what would you like to drink, gamekeeper of Ostatek?
I call it the poacher's hideout. Mix a goblet of mead with wine, add a bit of saffron.
I've never heard of this poacher's hideout brew before.
Hold on! Poachers! I need help with poachers, the bastards. They think they can turn the woods into their own territory, but they won't get the better of me. I'll send you after them. You're hard as nails, you are. What's more, I'll give you a decent reward for getting rid of them vermin.
That sounds better.
Aye, so I don't forget. Hand back the coin I gave you for the booze.
Of course. Sorry. Here you are.
Well, are you gonna do it?
I'll help you with the poachers. The hunters will become the prey.
That's the stuff. They should be trembling already.
Tell me where I can find the poachers, then. So I can pounce straight on them.
Hold your horses. I want them alive, not hacked to pieces. So don't butcher them.
If you want it done without killing, I'll try it without killing.
Glad to hear it. You'd be surprised how many hotheads have offered to do just that. I've had enough of hearing, "They're all dead, Vostatek," and then finding out the smart arse spent the whole day in the tavern instead. So if you do kill a poacher, I want proof.
Would you like an ear, or maybe I should cut off a trophy pouch?
Ideally, some items only poaching scum have. Tools of the trade, string, gloves. No bringing me a hair from the tanner and claiming you found it on a poacher. Anyone can say that. Look, let's get to the point. We have to focus on Rock Tower Pond and the forests around it. That's where game's becoming scarcest.
Can I count on your help?
Ha, you bet. We'll divide it up into patches and make a noose no poacher will escape.
Patches? What do you mean?
I'll take the area around the gamekeeper's lodge, say. Maybe some poachers get the idea it's darkest under a candlestick. My helpers will search the smaller woods, and you take the rest. With those young legs of yours, you'll comb the forest nice and quick.
Aye, right. I get it. That's the best idea you could come up with, eh?
Aye, Henry.
Where should I take the poacher? To you?
To the Troskovets bailiff. Even though he's a bit, well. Look, I'll send him a message so he knows we're going to be bringing him some poachers. It would be just like him to let them go because you were acting without authorization.
Well, you could go with me.
And leave the lodge unattended? Not a chance. Not to mention that leg of mine since I jumped down from the tree. Oh.
I understand. You'd rather stand, or rather sit, guard.
Работать он явно не хочет.
Let's say I go into the forest and come across some bloke. What then?
The main thing is to make sure he really is the poacher. We'd have some explaining to do if you accused an innocent man.
That shouldn't be too hard. If he's hunting, I'll seize him. If he isn't, I'll leave him alone.
That's no way to go about it, Henry. You have to be certain, right? The Rock Tower poacher, say. He tends to spend the day holed up, only coming out before dawn or after dusk. He probably knows I like to sleep in and spend my evenings having a drink. So I won't be trudging round the pond at those times.
So the best thing would be to catch him in his camp?
Aye. He'll have dead animals, hides, bones, meat. He won't be able to talk his way out of that. Them poachers have also started using signs to mark their hunting grounds. They bend a branch of some pine to make a kind of circle. But what's the point of describing them, since I've got a few samples? They're at my cottage, next to the outhouse, where I have this lean-to. Take a look so you know what to watch out for.
Where should I look?
I already told you, didn't I? Stop being so scatterbrained, Henry. Try looking around Rock Tower Pond. To the west of the pond, there's some dense forest on the rocks. It's easy to find because there's a small ruined cottage below the woods. Otherwise, it's nothing but boulders and an easy place to break your leg. And someone like me who likes a drink, well, you know.
I don't have the best memories of that place. We made camp there the first time we came to Trotsky region.
So you can be reminiscing there. Have a swim. It's a nice clean pond. I don't know why people don't fish there instead of poaching. Easier to catch a bite.
I'll be off then.
Good luck, and let me know how it goes. I hope you give them what for, because I'm sick and tired of them. They've been at it for 2 months now. Or is it 4?
You can count on me.
Нудноватый товарищ. Разобраться это где? Ох, ёб твою ж мать. Это прям где я там свой лагерь освободил. Ну, точнее его уже заняли. Ладно, я понял. Как-нибудь туда сходим. Так, и мне надо где-то корешки найти. Вот эти кожи, чтобы они же с кожей работают, но они не мясники, нет. Ладно, давай сюда пока. Чем мне там надо стащить?
Aren't those dice sad you're just letting them sit there?
Are you going to do what we told?
Listen, Prochak. Those Zheliovites are plotting something against you.
What? Bloody hell.
Old Olbram offered me some groschen to steal your maypole.
Damn it! That bitter old fool just won't give up. As if it wasn't enough that we fairly and honourably took theirs, and then fairly and honourably kicked their asses when they tried to take ours. It's a tradition. That's just how it goes. But for him to send some bloody outsider like that...
Hey, this bloody outsider just did you a favour and told you everything, though he didn't have to.
Aye, he did. I can clearly see he's an honest bloke, and we value honesty around here.
Thanks. I see the people from Takov are honest too.
That we are. Speaking of which, I reckon it would be fair to repay Olbram in kind. Let me know if you're interested. I came up with a nice little pastime that's sure to make Olbram shit himself.
So what should I do to the Jelliavites?
Listen up then. Old Olbram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Jelioff, has this beautiful bull. White as snow he is, the finest animal far and wide. Obviously, he's very proud of it. Very protective too. Now I mean you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Olbram is going to lose his mind. Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few details. First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village. But you can try and ask Bartoszek, the tailor in Trotskovitz. I hear he dyes his own fabric. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it. Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. I hear he can make some kind of sleeping potion. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, I'm sure it'll do the trick. But watch out. That beast is enormous. You'd better put at least 3 doses of the potion in there.
All right then. Olbram's bull will be getting a new coat of paint.
Olbram's going to lose his mind. I can't wait. And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught. Why do you and the Zhelyov lot hate each other so much, anyway?
It's their fault. They keep playing tricks on us. Olbram's the worst of them all. The nasty old codger. He's always coming up with ways to mess with us. He's the one that stole our pasture.
What pasture did they steal from you?
The one that stretches from the orchard behind the Takov down to the gamekeeper's lodge. It's been ours since time immemorial. But the Zhelyevites took it from us.
Then how did they take it from you? You can't exactly stuff a pasture in your purse and walk away with it.
Save the jokes, will ya? This is fucking serious. There's a tree down by the gamekeeper's lodge that marks the edge of our land. My father, God rest his soul, was there when they agreed on it. He got a proper ass kicking so he'd remember it. And remember it he did. But then fucking Olbram came along, claiming it was the other way around. And that pasture belonged to Zhelyov.
Well, can't you all just reach some kind of agreement?
Do you think we haven't tried? But there's no talking to the Zhelyevites. Year after year we meet in that pasture. I tell it like it was, but Olbram always starts spewing his lies. Then we end up arguing until the sun sets. And when the Zhelyevites are at wit's end, they come at us. And nothing ever gets solved. We managed to convince them to at least give us back half the pasture. But I know the whole bloody thing belongs to us. We can't just leave things like this.
Have you tried asking Lord von Burgov for help?
Of course, but he'd have none of it. He said it's up to the Trotskovitz bailiff to sort it out. But the bailiff couldn't care less. He said we should deal with Olbram ourselves, or he'll have us caned and clapped in the pillory.
Then how did they take it from you? You can't exactly stuff a pasture in your purse and walk away with it.
Save the jokes. There's a but then...
Well... Can I spend the night here?
We're not set up for that here.
Just the one night's enough. All I need is to spend the night.
For a few groschen, you can sleep on the hay.
Agreed. I'll pay. Here's some groschen for you.
Agreed. Like I said, there's plenty of room on the hay, but don't go wandering about my house.
Понятненько.
pleasure doing business. God be with you.
My friends.
Понятно. Кстати, с кузнецом ну-ка попробую.
I need something that'll put animals to sleep. Project said you might know something.
Did you get tired of blacksmithing and take up farming instead? I just happen to know of something. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. I once accidentally drank some and slept for 3 days. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind you don't just give away. You're in the trade, so I can tell you. Listen up then. You take some poppy and thistle and boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off, you add a little herb Paris.
Oh. That doesn't sound too complicated. Thank you.
Типа рецепт он запомнил. Ладно, думаю, на сегодня хватит. Слишком мутно. О, забавно. Ладно. Перерывчик пока сделаем. Тем более тут, ну. Продолжу в следующий раз. Благодарю за внимание. До новых встреч.